It is I, your girl, Squeeze Jones back. Yes. Were you expecting me so soon? Probably did. Wondering what the hell I was at. I was here. You like Chris? When you gonna do your hair again? We'll get back to that. We'll slowly get back to that. We're gonna start off with the coldest winter ever. I'm gonna speed read it. I'm gonna read the whole thing. And then my phone is gonna break it up. Yay, me. And I'm gonna post all of them because this shouldn't take me more than 2 hours. Yay. Yeah, like really Squares. Yay. Okay, dedication. There's no such thing as love anymore. The kind that is so strong that you can feel it in your bones. You know, we used to feel that emotion when we looked into the faces of our mother, father, sisters, brothers, family, and friends. There is no such thing as love anymore, at least not the deep, satisfying kind that sits on your heart and influences every decision and action we take throughout each day. There is no reason to celebrate anymore, just empty actions and empty reactions, calculated gestures and financial arrangements. There is no such thing as love anymore. This novel is dedicated to the era in which we live, the era in which love, loyalty, truth, honor, and respect died, where humanity and appreciation are non-existent, where families are divided and God revealed. The era, the coldest winter ever. By Sister Soldier. Now, if y'all thought that poem was deep, then you need to just keep listening to the story because I really didn't know if I should do this because it's so deep and I didn't want to get deeplish. They're like, what? First of all, huh? Second of all, what? Third of all, shut the fuck up. Y'all be watching these content farm channels, so shut the fuck up. That's why you can't watch me, because you're too busy watching the content farm. So, a moo to you. Y'all like, whoa, shut him out. I never liked Sister Soldier, straight up. She the type of female I like to cut in the face with my razor. Before I get heated just talking about it. Let me make it clear who I am and where I stand. Don't go jumping to any conclusions either. All of y'all are too quick to jump to her defense without knowing what somebody up close and personal thinks. When it comes right down to it, those are the ones who really count. The people who was there, who seen it all. Hell, you can't smell nobody's breath through a camera. You almost can't see their pimples. So you know that TV shit ain't real. Don't run ahead of me. Let me take my time and tell my story. Settle your ass down, she said. Don't make her bag up and smack a bitch. It wasn't me. It was Brooklyn boy. I don't have no sob stories for you about rats and roaches and pissy pew highways. I came busting out of my mama's big coochie on January 28, 1977, during one of New York's worst snowstorms. So my mother named me Winter. My father, Riley Santana, was so proud of his new baby girl that he had a limo waiting to pick my mom's up from the hospital. The same night I got home, my pops gave me a diamond ring set in 24 karat gold. What? Girl, your daddy was out there spoiling that little butt. I see you. My mom said that my fingers were too small and soft to even hold the ring in place. But he insisted he had a guy who would have adjusted just right. It was important for me to know I deserved the best. No slum jewelry, cheap shoes, and knockoff designer stuff. Only the real thing. We lived in the projects, but we were cool with that. We weren't worried for a damn thing. I had 3 aunts, 4 uncles, and a whole slew of cousins. As far as we were concerned, it was live for all of us to be chilling in the same building, or at least the next building over. We never had to worry about getting into fights because around our way, we had reputation. Yeah, we was just known. Motherfuckers didn't even test us because, you came up to us, pop. What? I didn't even put my hands on you. Hey. Everyone understood that our family had the neighborhood locked down. It wasn't worth the trouble. Our apartment in the projects was dipped. We had royal red carpets on the floors, top of the line furniture, a fully loaded entertainment center, equipment, all of that good stuff. Beds, the clothes. I love my pops with a passion. He was the smoothest nigga in the world. When he came into a room, he made a difference. His cologne came around the corner, introducing him before you could even see him. Yes, because the cologne just tapped you on the shoulder. It's like, yeah, Big Daddy coming. Who was that? Big Daddy? He spoke softly with deep seriousness. He was light-skinned and tall, with curly black hair and a fine, thin mustache to match. He was medium build, definitely in shape. The thing that stood out about him was his style. His clothes were crisp expensive. They wasn't just crisp, my bad boys was expensive too. He never wore the same shirt twice. Well, don't watch me because I'm damn sure wearing my shirts twice, or maybe multiples. He could do it like that because he was smart. Not he could do it like that because he had the money. He could do it like that because he was smart. You can't do it like that because you ain't smart. He never used the drugs he sold. He collected his money on time and made examples of any fool who tried to cheat him. Oh, so he out there beating motherfuckers with a copper pen, or a copper bat. He had a saying, one copper penny, one finger. Oh, so he was over there on that Chinese shit. You steal from him, you lose a finger. Give me them fingers. Blah! All the ladies loved him, but he wasn't what I would call a ladies' man. He wasn't married? He never had no girlfriend. At least no female ever called the house trying to front on my mom's. I was gonna say, wait a minute. I thought he was married. Why would he be needing a girlfriend? Okay. I can't recall any incidents involving other women, accusations, or any uncomfortabilities. But he most clearly had other bitches, because why would you bring that up considering that he married? Well, he was a family man. Everyone in the whole world knew my mom's was his wife, his one and only. His soft spot even. Moms and pops had been young lovers, and unlike a whole lot of niggas, they stayed together. She was 14 when she had me. Folks said she looked great during pregnancy and would switch her ass around the neighborhood, flowing easy like water. I don't know if I want to be compared to water as being easy, because that means, like, someone pour me in a cup of shit. Bitch over there like tea. She would wear her fine Italian leather stiletto heels even in her 7th month. Mom said everything by the way of clothes and everything else you could think of. Her magnolia skin was smooth as a Hershey chocolate bar. When she went anywhere, she was well coordinated. If she had on a zebra skin hat, she'll sport the zebra skin pants and would have a zebra skin pattern on all 10 fingers. She even had the Victoria's Secret zebra printed panties and camisole. Okay, look. I was cool with it, right? Like, alright, she matched it from head to toe. Now we all up under her underwear. Come on, too much detail for us. Okay, alright, we're here for it. What separated her from every other woman any of us knew was she had so much class. Oh, so that's what makes her different than these gold digging chicks out there spending all that money. She got class. She a class at one with it. While the others were putting their imitation leather and zebra skins on layaway, piece by piece, Mama wouldn't be caught dead without her shit perfectly arranged. By the time hoes spotted their outfits, all their shit was played out, straight out of style. When it came to how is that relevant? So she didn't put shit on layaway. Okay, cool. When it came to shopping, Mama had no mercy, and that's the way that San Diego liked it. His women were supposed to be the showstopper. Mama didn't work because beauty, she said, was a full-time occupation that left no room for something else. So y'all wasn't considered her job? The kids wasn't considered her job? Fuck that. Her job is shopping. Hit them streets. She sat at the vanity table for 3 hours making sure she positions each extra long lash on just right. Wow. She'll argue with anyone who said she wasn't born with those lashes that framed her big, wide, brown eyes that were gorgeous with or without falsies. She made it clear to me that beautiful women are supposed to be taken care of. She would whisper in my ear, I'm just a bad bitch. Now, a bad bitch is a woman who handles her business without making it seem like business. Only dumb girls let love get them delirious to the point where they let things that really count go undone. For example, you see a good looking nigga walking down the avenue, you get excited. You get wet just thinking about him. Wow, is he cute? I mean, are we just getting wet off his pockets? You step to him, size him up, and you think looks good. You slide your ass down to his zipper, check for the print. Inside you scream, yes, it's all there. But then you realize he's not wearing a watch, ain't carrying no car keys, no jewels, and he's sporting last month's 6 sneakers. He broke as hell. A bad bitch realizes that she has 2 options. 1, she can take him home and get her groove on just to enjoy the sex and don't get emotionally involved because he can't afford her. 2, she can walk away and leave his broke ass standing right there. Having a relationship is out. Getting emotionally involved is out. Taking him seriously is out. If a bad bonana is extra slick, she can keep this guy on the side for the good sex. So he might not have no might not be the one you want, but the sex, at least she say the sex come from the broke nigga. That's what she say. Good sex comes from the broke niggas. Rich niggas do not give good sex. Hey, it wasn't me. The book said it. He then becomes a commercial to the money man, who is the main program. The money man is the guy who knows how to provide, knows how to bring home the goodness, and bless his woman with everything she wants. Now, the money man might not be ringing any bells sexually. Why isn't the money man ringing bells sexually? Why is the good dick only coming from the broke man? Like, he got time to perfect the craft, and the other homie over there just not professing the craft? We gotta talk about that then. Why aren't you practicing your stroke in between time? You know? Why broke homie got time to practice the stroke all damn day? Make that bitch perfect. But if he has ends, if his pockets are heavy, a bad bitch will moan like this nigga is the original Casanova. When he's sexing her, she'll shake, paint, and cry out like he's creating orgasms as strong as ocean waves. Now, moms might have been a bad bitch because she had it both ways. She had the money man with the good looks, loyalty, and I know Pops was laying it down in the bedroom. How do you know? Because mom kept having them babies left and right? Okay. Mom's got her hair done once every 3 days. The shop we went to, because she always took me, was for the high roller girls. These were the few women in the neighborhood who were able to hook the big money fish. They all went to the shop to get their hair done, nails did, and more importantly, to show off and update on the shit going on. Arlene was where we could get our hair done while we collected information on the side. By the time I was 7, I understood the words perfectly. Your daddy was a drug dealer. Even I kind of understood that one. Page 3. Her daddy's a drug dealer. He be out there slinging that crack, a.k.a. or is it crack and heroin? I'm not sure. I'm not a drug dealer. Don't look at me. Keep the family business quiet. Most things was better left unsaid. Oh shit, I think I violated the first fucking rule. I had kicked out the family outfit already. Even though this was a high roller's head shop, we were clear that motherfuckers was jealous of us. My pop's operation was steady building. As a young guy, he started off as a lookout, but was so sharp that now he was organized his own thing. He has his own workers and whatnot. People knew he was headed to being the next big Willie by his style. He was respected for his product, which was never watered down. Always a fair cut for your money. So by 7, we knew what he was pushing. He's not a big drug dealer. He's not doing too good. If as his daughter we know what the fuck he pushing, then I'm sure the police know what the fuck he's pushing. I'm just saying. So me and my mom used to catch those jealous glances, but we threw those shits right back. Our attitude toward our females was, hey, your man works for my pops. Now bow down to the family who puts food on the table for you and yours. Damn, really? You ain't gonna have no friends at the end, girl. Santana was the #1 businessman in our area by the time I was 13, running things. Although he taught me never to sweat the small stuff, it seemed like every move he made, he thought about carefully. I would hear his key unlocking the front door into our apartment. Then he be with his workers. They would stand in the limited space between the front door and the heavy metal second door that actually led into our place and talk. That's not being smart. That's not being smart. How the fuck is this being smart? You standing talking to your businessman in front of your crib. Break it. Okay. We ain't even made it through the first chapter, y'all. No, y'all gotta do this. We got work, teamwork. After they handled their matters, you would hear the front door unlock. The front door open, then slam again. Pops would lock it and then unlock the second door to come inside. Whatever pressure he felt, whatever weight of business he had was left in between those two doors because when he came inside, he brought a sexy smile, excited eyes, and power along with him. I guess she could look at her dad like that. Yeah, she could look at her dad like that. He could be sexy. If something was on his mind, he'd go in the back to a private room he had Woody the carpenter build and pull out his chessboard. Funny thing was, he wouldn't play with anyone, just against himself. When I asked him why, he say, "That's how I stay on top, baby. I look at life from every position. I play from every side. You gotta know what every man on the board is thinking, down to the littlest motherfucker like the pawn." Now, Daddy would explain that the other players are quickly to sacrifice or ignore the pawn, but he was too smart for that. The pawns are my soldiers, he would say. If I surround myself with strong soldiers, give them all a stake in the game, then they keep the hood strong and tight. He would look into my eyes as if to ask, do I understand? I didn't want him to know that I dig him so much that I listened to him for as long as he wanted to talk. But I didn't give a fuck about a game of chess. So you don't want to know about these streets life, or is you feeling for these streets life? I feel like she's feeling for these streets life. He would break down how around our way there was always some young kids trying to spread their wings and test his operation. He said they mostly stupid though, cause no smart guy is gonna try to kick in the door of a big man unless he got an extra tight, professional, strong, and ruthless crew. But every now and then, some dumbass young kid who has seen too many Scarface type movies will be and overtake what can only kill him. He loses, Santana said, knocking the Black King over on the chessboard. He loses because he never understood the game. And this your child doesn't understand the game. The up-and-coming dealers on the block was Santana's number 2 problem. I was his number 1. He loved me like crazy, but was getting nervous about the way men, young and old, was checking for me. Because he was a hoe. And he don't want you to be... But that doesn't make sense because he was a respectful man. He respected the mama. He didn't have other niggas out there. And he didn't have other bras out there, so... It was amazing how in 1 year from age 12 to 13, my titty sprouted. I even had the ass to match. I don't know who was more excited, the man or me. I was walking around poking my stuff out in any direction that looked good to me. But anyone who stared my way for more than a few seconds was in danger of catching a critical beatdown. Pops had already made an example of at least 2 niggas around my way. Santana sliced this one dude from his left ear to his right ear. We call that kind of cut a hospital room. But this guy never got to go to the hospital. Santana let his blood gush out into the doc, got to our apartment. Now, Doc ain't really no doctor, but he just has some medical training in the Army. Santana calls him when he don't need the police and hospital butting around in his business. Well, when Doc got finished with dude, his cut just bubbled up all the way across his face. Everybody in the neighborhood started calling him Bubbles for that ugly scar. Bubbles crowd was looking at me with lust in his eyes while he was stopped to be installing the safe in our apartment. Now, Bubbles was a walking billboard that no one is allowed to fuck with Santana's daughter. You gonna smack the daughter at this? No. After that, we got the second metal door installed in our apartment, and none of Daddy's workers were ever allowed past the door again. Now, Mom thought Santana's ways were overboard. She told him she was gonna get me some birth control pills and let me go. Because when a woman wants to get fucked, she gets fucked. She gets fucked whether it's in a car or a closet. What the fuck? We can't break it down to the little girl a little better? Like, okay, I understand you're going to want to get fucked, but you just can't be out here letting everyone just fuck you, okay? No? Put her on birth control, like, she's gonna get hot in the panties. Put her out there like a cat. Spray her. We neutered the cat, put the cat out. Suggesting like this got Santana more crazy. He made it clear to moms, Winter is not a woman yet. None of these lowlives are going to make a trick out of my flesh and blood. So, they was just, so you knew that was just going to pimp your daughter out. These niggas ain't trying to love you. They trying to make you a hoe. You do understand that, right? Because that's what your daddy said. It wasn't me. It was his daddy. Pops would pull me to the side, grab my shoulders with his strong hands and firm grips, stare into my eyes and tell me slowly, only a hard-working man, a sharp thinker who doesn't hesitate to do what he gotta do to get you what you need, to have you, deserves you. Y'all like, you gave us too much eye contact with that. I had to make sure you understood. He repeated that lesson often. I would think to myself, only Papa fits that description. Now, I love Papa, but I hated the way he clockboxed. Every teenage girl wants to cut loose and get close to the fire. But I was like a pot of boiling milk with the lid on. You know that's ready to explode and slide down the side of the pan. Damn. You that thirsty to get down? So my peeps kept me busy by giving me things to do all the time. I had to watch my baby sisters Mercedes and Lexus, the twins. They were a real pain in the ass at 8 months old. Then I had to look out for my older little sister Portia, who was 4. She wasn't half bad since she didn't shit all the time. See, that's the thing. There are other kids in this house. She got other siblings. So it's like, why is the daddy acting like, he got bitches in different area codes? And no mama a hoe, low key. I don't know. Sometimes the 3 of them kids together got on my nerves so bad they almost made me want to go to school. But my policy was to go to school just enough so the authorities wouldn't kick me out. First of all, how do you know about the authorities and the police? Which means that you haven't been going to school and your mama's been saying shit like, take your ass to school before the police come and arrest me. What? If I had a new outfit to show off or some new jewels, I knew I'd get sorted for it, fine. But I wasn't going to report to school every day like it was some type of job when they weren't even paying me for it. What? How? What? You're like, oh, they're not paying me to go to school? I'm not going. I don't want to be smart. They're not paying me to be smart, so I'm going to just be dumb. Okay, I'm worried for this child. School was like a hustle. Teachers wanted me to come to school so they could get paid to control me. What do I get out of the deal? Enough said. I just wasn't having it. As busy as they kept me, that was Midnight. I guess he got that name because Midnight was about the only thing blacker than him. He was one of my father's workers. He was real serious like my father. He always looked like he was thinking deep thoughts and had a lot on his mind. I figured maybe he had a plan to take over the world. I like that because he would need to own the world to win me. He never smiled. He didn't joke around like any other niggas in our age group. He did his pickups and deliveries like clockwork. My father once referred to him as a strong young lieutenant. Santana liked him because he said he never tried to test or flex. He knew Santana was the boss, and he was comfortable and cool with that. Midnight never attempted to skim, pay late, or run games, like some guys did when they first started out. I liked Midnight for other reasons, too. In the summertime, he wore white when he played basketball. His mother, whoever washed his clothes, must have been more handy than them happy homemakers on the TV commercials, because his shit was crisp. But what really got me was that black skin. It was smooth and perfect. It laid on top of his bone sculpture like satin wrap. His arms were cut. I could tell he lifted weights, but he wasn't all big and swollen like those little dick assholes in the magazines. He was tall, yet medium-sized and perfect. His muscles were defined, his veins stuck out, emphasizing his strength. Girl, you were spending too much time looking at this man. His neck was slim and long. He could come to the park only on Sundays. I know because I was clocking him like that. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. You was clocking him like that, girl. He would be wearing a new sweatsuit every time. He held his money in a gold money clip. He would take the money clip with the money neatly stacked out of his sweatpants pocket. He'll take off his pants, stripping down to the baseball shorts he had on underneath. His powerful legs was as cut as his upper body. For this, I gave him mad respect. I was about to say, we into soft porn up in this joint. I can't tell you how many guys I've seen with strong upper bodies and legs like a chicken. He would put that money clip on the inside of his baseball shorts and play ball. My eyes would move in and out of his sculpture. Girl, could you stop looking at his penis? I couldn't wait to put my lips against his skin and maybe even suck his collarbone or something. They really, Ryder, you just is like, you know what? We don't want to say suck his, so we're gonna go PJ, but we know where you was going with it. To make the package complete, Midnight's kicks were always new and clean. Now Midnight never paid me no mind. I wasn't worried about it though, cause one thing I learned from my mother is a bad bitch gets what she wants if she works her shit right. Well, considering that Midnight is Midnight and the fact that you consider yourself a bad bitch, I don't think you have a chance with Midnight. But hey, it's just some dudes out here you just don't have a chance for if you consider yourself a bad bitch. Maybe it's the bitch part. I don't know. I'm not sure. They might think you don't respect yourself, so how can they respect you? I mean, but then you like to quit. Bitch, being called a bitch is not a bad word, is it? Is it not? Pops also taught me something useful about patience. He said sometimes a victory is sweeter when it takes a long time to carry out the plan, and you catch the person completely off guard. What I was up against was the fact that Midnight worked for my pops, so even if he ever considered me, he probably ruled me out. He was 5 years older than me, so he might have also considered me jailbait. Yeah. The worst thing about it was that I couldn't tell either way. You know how they say a person's face is a dead giveaway? No? Well, Midnight was the opposite. His face seemed serious all the time. His reactions just didn't show up. Even when he plays ball, he didn't talk trash like the other niggas. He didn't even react when they tried to mess with him. He just seemed focused on the basket, makes his moves, scored his jumpers, and didn't even smile when he won. At first, to get his attention, I did the regular things like rocking my skirts extra mini. Too short. He don't want nobody showing too much skin. Shortening my already shortened shorts. Sporting halter tops and cute little metallic bras. He don't want nothing everybody else gotta see. As I got sexier, he went from looking at me almost never to never looking at me at all. Cause you're showing all the shit to the world. You don't want something somebody else is saying. Y'all I'm just saying, that's what it sound like. While in his presence, or at least when I was in the same park he was in watching him play ball, I would try to get his attention by acting mad. I'll suck my teeth, roll my eyes at him, still nothing. So I decided to make him a long shot project. Meanwhile, I had my own fun stuff going on. I would let niggas take me to the movie. See, and he probably hearing about that shit because he a drug dealer already. So of course he hearing shit. She over here got it. Or should I say I went to the movies with my girlfriends and met niggas there. Not wanting to ruffle Santana's feathers by bringing a worthless nigga home. Sometimes we would just chill at my girl Natalie Dean's apartment. Her mom's was never home, so we had free run of the place. Getting my first sugar daddy was no problem. Really? His name was Sterling. I met him in Lower Manhattan at a grocery market when I ran to get some chapstick on a fickle autumn morning. I guess my style just overwhelmed him, because instead of reaching into the cash register and giving me my damn change, his ass was sliding in between my breasts, like he wished he could be one of my gold chains. I recognized him immediately as a sucker, someone I take for all he had. All his thoughts showed on his face. It was clear that I had his full attention as I gave him a blast of ghetto attitude. I put my hands on my hips, saying, "My money or your life?" He looked startled, stopped staring, and counted down my change. I laughed. "Do you need your receipt?" he asked with his enthusiastic, corny ass, trying to prolong the conversation. "Is that all you have to offer?" I said with a serious look sprinkled with sexiness. He gave me my money and cleared his throat turned from the register with his cheap white dress shirt and $2 tie, and followed me as I walked toward the door. I guess he had it like that. He could walk away from the register because he was a store manager. So what's your name? He asked, looking like he thought he could actually make some progress with me. Winter, I said, rolling my eyes with disinterest. You live around here? Brooklyn, baby, no doubt. The rest is history. He got paid every 2 weeks, and so did I. He worked at the store, I worked on him. I had him buying me shit he couldn't afford. We ate at places he never knew existed. So how do you know about this place if he don't know about these places? Like, okay. Whatever little money he took home and paid, I took my 25% like I was his freaking agent or something. It worked out smooth. Him living in Manhattan, out of Santana's eyesight. Besides, the little piece of cash he provided me meant a new outfit, an extra guard bagel to my collection, whatever. Like my mom says, you can never have too much. Isn't your daddy buying you clothes? Like, why are you making your daddy seem like he's a drug dealer and he's not taking care of his family right now? That's the vibes I'm getting here. Santana shook out what was supposed to be my sweet 16th with shocking news. We were all around the table. My chocolate Baskin Robbins ice cream cake was bombarded with small nuts and 16 carefully placed Moscato cherries. Daddy handed me a long, slim box, the kind I like because it doesn't always mean jewelry. I tore off the gold wrapping paper and smiled widely as I lifted my diamond tennis bracelet off of the clean white cotton. My mother's mouth hung open as she inspected my diamonds from across the table. Even though she knew better, she was confirming that they were white, clear, and sparkled like diamonds, not cubic zirconias. As I put the bracelet on, Santana handed me a birthday card. This was unusual because we weren't big on cards and poetry and shit like that in my family. As I fumbled with the catch on my bracelet, my mom opened the card, suspecting I guess that there must be some birthday money in it or something. She probably figured that if I got cash in addition to the bracelet, Santana had gone overboard again, and we needed talking till later on. As she opened the card, two Polaroid snapshots fell out onto the table. She picked it up, twisted up her face with true curiosity, and said, "Baby, what is this?" "It's our new house on Long Island," Daddy said coolly, with pride and confidence. "I want to surprise everyone, and I figured today was as good as any day. We're moving. First class, baby. Only the best top shelf for the ladies in my life." I was feeling crazy. The gold candles on my cake melted away, and so did my dreams under the pressure of the flickering fire. All I knew was the projects. It was where my friends, family, and all my great adventures were. I knew these streets like I knew the curves of my own body. Girl, how old is she? I was like the princess of these alleyways, back staircases and whatnot. What was the point of moving? Santana always says